Lewis Hamilton Christian Horner can't see Mercedes move to Red Bull for a more accessible video player. Please use the Chrome browser. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner denies transfer possibility. For Lewis Hamilton, Red Bull team principal Christian Horner rejects possibility to transfer to Lewis Hamilton. Red Bull boss Christian Horner has refused to let Sir Lewis Hamilton join team, as British driver's contract with Mercedes expires at end of season. Mercedes boss Toto Wolff admitted at Saudi Arabian Grand Prix last weekend that he wouldn't whine at the seven-time champion if he left Silver Arrows without a year or two of improvement. Red Bull ended an 8-season domination of Mercedes manufacturers in 2022 season, with Mercedes winning only one race and Hamilton's first time in his Formula One career to stop at the top of podium. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner dismissed the possibility of a move for Lewis Hamilton. Red Bull finished back-to-back 1-2 in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, demonstrating that they are the team to beat again this year, with last champion Max Verstappen winning the opening race and Sergio Perez on Sunday. Sky News' Ian King asked Horner if Hamilton could make a shocking move against the team champions. For a more accessible video player, please use Chrome browser. Sky F1's Rachel Brookes met with Mercedes boss Toto Wolff to discuss challenges team is facing this season and future of Lewis Hamilton. Sky F1's Rachel Brookes with Mercedes boss Toto Wolff meet challenges team has faced this season and future of Lewis Hamilton. What Lewis has accomplished in F1 is unrivaled, but we are very happy with the drivers we have, Horner said. They're tied together as a couple not just this season, but next season as well. So I don't see where we can host Lewis. Despite their relatively poor start to the season, which puts them in third place in the Constructors' Championship, Horner continued to anticipate a revival of Mercedes and Hamilton. Please use Chrome browser for a more accessible video player. A deflated Lewis Hamilton says doesn't feel connected his Mercedes but is trying give him everything had before the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. A deflated Lewis Hamilton says doesn't feel attached his Mercedes but try and give him everything had before Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I'm sure they'll fix their issues, we're certainly not deleting it yet, said the 49-year-old. We've been hearing about major upgrades to Mercedes, and I'm sure Ferrari is not happy with its current position. So, we expect things to converge quickly. For a more accessible video player, please use Chrome browser. Highlights from the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah Cornice Circuit. Highlights from Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at Jeddah Cornice Circuit. Wolff said he does not expect Hamilton to leave Mercedes at the end of the season. Red Bull has a contract with Saudi Arabian Grand Prix winner Perez until the end of 2024, while Verstappen has a contract until the end of 2028. Is Red Bull gearing up for season-long friction? Just 1 point difference between Red Bull teammates Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is just 1 point ahead of Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez after stealing fastest lap of the race on final lap in Jeddah against his team's first recommendation. Horner was also asked manage his drivers, who each won one race and look set to compete head-to-head for the 2023 title, and it was suggested that the two drivers could be left fight amongst themselves. Our responsibility as a team is to give both drivers chance. Same opportunity. Car, it depends on what they're doing on track then, Horner said. We have two great drivers, Max and Sergio. There's a healthy respect between the two, and I expect that to continue. Please use the Chrome browser for a more accessible video player. Red Bull's Sergio Perez is optimistic he can fight for the title this season against teammate Max Verstappen. Optimistic about during Sky Sports F1 podcast's review of Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Sky Sports F1's David Croft discussed the friction between Red Bull couple There were still frictions between two drivers in the cooldown room after race, said Croft. Checo Perez was not happy when his teammate was asked to target slower lap times. Perez is in the final year of his contract and there are no signs of another deal coming. What's Sergio's stake in Red Bull helping his teammate the way he wanted to? I think there are a few banana peels down the road. For a more accessible video player, please use Chrome browser. Sky F1's David Croft asks if Red Bull's dominant start to the season is bad for sport. Sky F1's David Croft questions whether Red Bull's dominant start to the season is bad for the sport. As for Max's father, all is not well in Jos Verstappen's mind. He can barely smile as his son finishes the World Championship and remains the lead. Watch the Australian Grand Prix live on Sky Sports F1 from March 31st to April 2nd. Get Sky Sports.